If you've ever worked with children, you've most likely been scratched. And if you haven't been scratched yet, it's going to happen. But you can follow these tips to get through the process relatively unscathed. Welcome to a special edition of Coffee and Tantrums. So the first thing I recommend after being scratched is to clean the wound. Can't get a full-blown infection. Your safety is the most important thing. I like to use Bactine, but it's really up to you. Definitely soap and water is the best thing to use, and go ahead and go from there. So after you've cleaned the wound, after you are safe, go ahead and take a mental break. So take some time to eat, to drink some water, to decompress, get a coffee. Take a little bit of time, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes for yourself, because you've been through trauma. I mean, scratches hurt. You were not expecting that, and you need to give yourself the time to just sort of work through that and be at your best when you're ready to work with the kid. So after you've taken time for yourself, the next step I recommend is really creating a lesson based off of the scratch. So you can role play with the student over them scratching you, and you can kind of find out why that happened. Remember, all behavior is a form of communication. Just because a kid scratched me doesn't mean that they hate me. They scratched me to tell me something. I need to really find out what they wanted to say. It could be that the kid was scared. It could be that the kid needed help. It could be that you were just the closest object and it had nothing to do with you. So really find out the why. You can use role play for that. You can just have the kid write it down, draw a picture, whatever you want. After you find the why, I like to do consequences for that. So, it might be a phone call home. It might be eating lunch with not eating lunch with someone besides your friends. But the key is to have some consequence and explain to the student, because you did that, this is the consequences for scratching. But if you didn't scratch me, what might have happened? And you could go over some positive things that could have happened. Like, if I didn't get scratched, I could have helped you. You might have gotten a reward for using a kind voice and using safe hands. So really go over the consequences of what happened. And then finally, after that, to me, the most important thing is repair that relationship. The child's probably scared, they're worried. They didn't probably even mean to scratch. They can't control themselves all the time. And even if they did scratch you on purpose, they probably feel really bad about that. And as the adult, it's your job to lead the process in repairing the relationship. If you don't know how to do that, you can also reach out to a school counselor or administration, but definitely get that relationship repaired when you are ready, because that will help everybody moving forward. So again, just to review, if you've been scratched, clean the area. After you've cleaned the area, give yourself time to decompress. After you've decompressed, do a lesson with the student, and finally, repair that relationship. So thank you for listening to these 4 steps. If you do get scratched, hopefully you can follow them. And remember, keep your coffee strong and your tantrums short. Thank you very much.